Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Looks like the mic is working just fine. I keep having to lean down to talk into the microphone. That's okay. Jessa's here. Hello, how are you, Jessa? You're the first one in. Of course, I didn't plan this. I'm just doing it random. RD Vlogs is here. I'm doing a random live stream tonight. Not very formal at all. I hope you can hear me okay. You're first, Jessa. Congratulations. Let's see what I got here. Let me see. How do I pin this? Pin. Show. Pin. I don't know. I don't know. In case I want to invite somebody up. Thank you, RD Vlog. Appreciate it. Anna May, what do you say? There's ads today. Let me see if I can go to my phone and bring up the stream so that I could pin my link in case anybody wants to come up and say something. Good evening, good evening. Let me try this again. Random Live is in progress. Anyway, there's the link on the screen. I don't know if it lets you click on that if you want to come up and say hello. Or maybe what I do is I just will put the link in periodically in the chat by copying and pasting it like this. Yeah, there it is. How do I pin it? I'm looking around to see where my instructions are to pin it. Edit layout, invite. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. I haven't done it in such a long time, in case anybody wants to come up and say something. Why am I doing this random live anyway? Oh, just for watch hours, increased watch hours. But I do have a couple things to share with you that you might find interesting. Otherwise, you probably won't. Let me see. You know how I could be. Let me get this out of the way so I can get some light. Yeah, it's difficult to wear a hat because you get the whole shadow thing going on. Share your referral link. Yeah, forget that. I'm not sure. Not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here, but periodically I'll just place this link here where my mouse is. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. I'll just place that in the comment section periodically, and then I'll figure out another time how I'm supposed to be setting it up so I can pin it. I have a feeling that I'm supposed to be pinning it from my phone, right? Some kind of way. Let me go into my YouTube channel. Oh, that's probably my mistake. I have to go into my YouTube channel here, and then it'll show me live, and then I probably have to pin it from there because I was going into StreamYard on my phone. I don't think that's the way to do it. Yeah, don't be a chicken. Look at that. Would you do a taste test, a taste challenge? Would you be brave enough to do a chicken challenge between Mayong and Chicken Joy? I think probably not, but I did. That's stupid, right? I'm going to be posting that video tomorrow night. Yeah, you have to be brave to be able to do a chicken challenge between those two. Definitely. Let's see where I'm at now. Let's see. Copy and paste. let me see. Copy and paste. Paste again into the chat. And then it'll show up on my phone, right? And then I just pin it. I pin the comment. There it is. Here it is. And it says pin. Ah, there, I did it. Yay! So I figured everything out. Viana Cañas is here. Hello, Viana Cañas. Ah, thank you so much. Iagano Vlogs TV. Ilongo Vlogs. How are you? Charam is here. Thanks for coming, stopping by. Oh, so I don't know. I just wanted to do a random live and talk about random stuff. But I wanted to show you something, right? Because I found this. We were in the Metro Mart and we were doing some shopping around, just some buying our usual junk, right? I have not noticed that the prices of anything has gone up at all in the last month or so here in Bye Bye City Leyte. By the way, I don't know if Abby G is going to be here tonight, right? But I wanted to give her an honorable mention. She was asking about, she made a comment in the chat. You might see it in one of the videos where she says, oh, I think it was in my last live. She said something about, I missed Province Life. Well, yeah, we're a province, and we have more. I'm sure we have more than a 500,000 people. We probably had close to 600,000 the 2020 census. But I think we're stuck somewhere between being a city and a province. We're a city. We have a city proper, just like mostly everybody does. But it's not like province life, like where you'd go into the remote area, the remote hills of Siquijor, right? Oh, you're watching from, I guess that you might be from Iloilo City. Now, Iloilo City, they're up and coming. I've been keeping an eye on that. A lot of people, a lot of expats, I should say, are very interested in moving to Iloilo City. They think that that's the promised land. They say it's very organized, very clean, not as large as some of the other cities like Davao or Davao del Norte. Those are other desirable areas that people are looking to live, or expats are looking to live. And they say Iloilo is up and coming. It's kind of like a, very clean, very modern, good infrastructure, and improving all the time. A very, very well managed city. And so, yeah, we're going to have to go there. We're going to be on the road, Minnie and I, pretty soon. We did hit a glitch, though, and I want to tell you what that glitch is before I start sharing some of my things that I found at the Metro. So the glitch is that our Minnie's helper decided she wanted some time off, and so we had to scramble and find somebody else. But we were lucky enough to find another helper, and we have to spend a few weeks with the helper training them on how the household runs. If you want everything to go smoothly, you just can't hire somebody new to work the house and then take off, because we have a lot of stuff going on here. We've got how many seniors in the house? There are 3 of us that we all need something different. We all need some different things, right? Of course, I'm treated like the king here, and of course, that means that, whenever I need something, they run out and get it for me. But after a while, you get to know me, and you get to know my habits, and when I'm what my expectations are, and then you anticipate what I need, and then I never have to ask for anything. Well, that's going to take a little bit of time, most likely, in order for the new person to get the hang of it. But she's doing a really, really good job so far. But we want to leave a little bit earlier, but like towards this weekend is what we were hoping to do. We were hoping to take off to Cebu and start there to see where we were going to go. But the City of Smiles, is that Iloilo? But it looks like that isn't going to happen. And so it looks like the 1st of May is the new target date. And I got to let Mike at Hey Joe, Buena Vista Dreamin', I got to let him know, because we had planned on going over to Cebu earlier as opposed to later. The City of Smile is Bacolod City. Oh, okay. All right. And Iloilo is on the radar screen. And so we're going to visit Iloilo. I don't know when, sometime soon, I hope. I want to share this with you. So that's that. Life happens, and we're not in a hurry. I wanted to do certain things. Sometimes they don't happen in the timeline that you want. And so, but it's okay. It's going to work out. And so now I wanted to show you something that I found. I was really surprised. This was on the counter at City Hardware now. I don't know why I have that on the tip of my tongue. Oh, probably because I bank at Citibank and I always mix them up. So anyway, I wanted to show you something. I wasn't expecting to see this there at all. In fact, nobody is buying it, and it's discounted out, half price. So I went in there, and it was a steal. And I don't know if you guys are going to see the value in this or not. You'll have to tell me if you see the value of it. All right, but look at this. Look at this. What you have here is a USB gadget, right? USB. Everybody knows what a USB is, but it's not a jump drive. Check this out, because I was going to order one of these because I want to get rid of this stick microphone, and I want to use instead of the studio mic thing, which isn't, it's doing lousy for me. I want to switch over to this. I want to switch over to the lapel mic that you use with the cell phone. See? But I kept thinking, how am I going to do that? Because this is a C connection that goes in your cell phone, right? The common one. But I knew there had to be an adapter that I could plug in my C into the USB adapter and then plug it into my USB port here on the computer, here on the laptop or the desktop, right? And I found it. Of all the most unlikely places, on the tabletop checkout line at Metro department store. It was sitting right there. Not even in the electronics section, folks. It wasn't in electronics. It was sitting on the counter. Move it out. They were giving it away for like 20 pesos or something. They had a whole bunch of them. You know what a goof I am? For 20 pesos or whatever this thing was, I should have bought 10 of them because I lose these things, right? And so now I'm going to have to go back thinking about it because I need another 10 of them. And I'll just buy everything they got on the counter. But check this out. So there it is. There's your adapter. Oh, now I'm running ads. And then all you do is you just connect it like any other adapter and then plug it in the computer's USB port. And then I could use my lapel microphone. So now I haven't set it up yet to do that because I wanted to show you guys this cool gadget. Look at that. Oh, I just dropped it on the floor. You see, I lose things like that all the time. Look at this. Look at this. Can you believe it? I bet you guys never even thought of this. And here I'm thinking, I'm a deep thinker. I'm sitting here thinking, you know what? I wonder if they make a C adapter for the USB port, and they do. And here it was, sitting right here in Bye City Leyte at the Metro. And so some distributor somewhere said this is a hot item, convinced Metro to buy it, and they couldn't sell it. And there it sat. There it sits right on the counter. And then Dan comes walking in. And then I look over and I go, what the hell is that? And I grab the box, right? And I opened it. I tore it open. The woman at the counter was kind of looking at me going, sir, you break it, you buy it. You break it, you buy it, sir. I said, oh, okay, I'll buy it. I already tore the box up. I was so excited looking at it, right, to see. And then when I asked how much it was, it's discounted, so we're moving them out. Right. I'll go back tomorrow. I got it today. I'll go back tomorrow. Probably Minnie is here. I won't be able to find it. The only one in history, right, that I'll ever see. Because they're not going to reorder it. What do they need this thing for? Des is here. So that's cool. Who among us doesn't think this is cool? Because now on the Friday Live, once I set up this new device, oh, I got it all tangled up in my mouse now. I get to use this lapel, and I get to get rid of this this stick microphone. Uh-oh, I'm buffering on my phone. I'm buffering on my phone, but I'm probably not buffering here because I'm hardwired in. I got a T1 connection, so it's not internet, so it's not a regular Wi-Fi connection. So, okay, so that's cool, or I think it's cool, and I'll be using that hopefully on Friday once I set it up. Thanks for letting me know there are ads running. I could sure use the revenue. Griselda's here, Chrissy. Mama in the house. How are you? I want to show you another gadget, right? I'd like to show you one more gadget, but first I need to take a drink of water. Mm, beautiful. All right, look at this. Here's another gadget that's perfect for travelers because I don't know if you've noticed this, but everybody is switching over to smart TVs. Everybody, oh, aloha from Des to Griselda. Everybody's switching over to smart TVs. And the beautiful thing about smart TVs is whatever's on the phone can play on your TV set. You can cast it or you can do this. Check this out. Like let's say you have some service on your phone that is not offered on a smart TV, or you do downloads where you're traveling. Wait till you guys see this. I'm not some kind, like I said, I'm challenged, electronically. I'm not some kind of guru, but I knew this exists. I knew that this one did. Wait till you see this. You guys are going to freak. No, you probably won't freak, Des. Griselda will freak. No. I do apologize for that. That was not right. Look, again, you got the C connection. This goes to your cell phone, right? See that? Here, it's covered with a plastic Gucci on it right now. All right, so here's your C connection. Guess what's on the other end? I gave you a hint already. Anna Mae, I gave you a hint. What's on the other end? Wait till you see this. This tickles me. HDMI straight to your TV set. Bam, bam, bam. Take that. You wish you had one of these, don't you? Of course, HDMI, as long as you have an HDMI connection on your laptop, your desktop computer, your monitor, your smart TV set, you're in business because you connect this straight to your phone. You connect it straight to your phone and you could watch anything on the big screen. And now I'm happy. Because now I have all these gadgets. Of course, I have a whole bunch of gadgets that are in this drawer over here that I don't know what to do with. I don't use them. I think I promised these out to one or two of you. I'm going to have to figure out which gadget belongs to what person, because I think a year ago or so I started holding up the gadgets. I'm going to give this away to so-and-so. I'm going to give that away to so-and-so. You know how I am, Des. It's the refrigerator magnet thing all over again, I promise something out to somebody and then I forget who, and then it takes months and months and months for me to be able to deliver it to you. All right. So anyway, that is cool, or I think it's cool. But you guys are probably all wondering, Dan, what are we going to use that for? Well, I got a couple of television apps on my phone that I can't do anything with except watch them on my phone. And then when you travel, here's what happens, right? You go, for example, you go into the hotel and they say, oh, everything's working just fine, sir, except we don't have, Mel is here. Hi, Mel. We don't have a smart TV, but we do have a high definition hookup. Stuff like this happens, and so you can't predict what's going to happen. You can't really predict. Remember, for 3 months. Thank you so much, Filipina Mel. I truly appreciate your membership and your support. So you want to have all these gadgets with you, right? You want to have all the gadgets with you so that you're unstoppable. See? With this gadget, I am unstoppable. I can watch anything that I want on the big screen. All right, so what are the future plans? No, not for this channel, because I don't plan stuff very well for this channel. But I thought, I did enjoy the AI thumbnail that Chat GPT designed for us. That was pretty funny. And so now I don't know why or how it turned out that way, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually take some decent photographs. I just picked any picture and that's what came up. And then in the future, it'll be a lot more clean looking, you know. It'll actually look like Minnie and I. Now, Pinky Gray said, you know what, Dan, you look okay in that thumbnail. It's a younger version of you, but man, Minnie, it's probably her sister or her twin, you know, something like that. Hey, Jerry, you're up awfully early. Is it time to go? Oh, it's time to go vlog a little and have breakfast taco. Okay. So you did go to the store and get some tortillas. Jerry, you're reminding me of something, right? I don't have the can of Rosaritas here, but they're selling Rosarita beans here. The small ones, the 16-ounce can, are on sale here at the Metro Mart. Now, and also, they have flour tortillas. They freeze them, right? And they actually are called, if you can believe it or not, Mexican flour tortillas, and they're in the frozen food section in the Metro department store, in the food section. So, but the 16-ounce can are not inexpensive. And so, but I'm not sure how much a 16-ounce can of Rosarita refried beans goes for in South Texas, or if you even pay attention, because most if you want refried beans, you're going to make them up yourself. But you can't get pinto beans here. You have to special order pinto beans. Except they're now selling them in the can in the Metro, but they're expensive. So, but I'm not sure how much Rosaritas are going for in the States anymore. I'm not sure if they're expensive relative to how much they are in Texas or California versus the Philippines. But it is an imported item, and they charge, wait for it. Yeah, you freeze them. Well, usually they're homemade, right, Jerry? They're tortillas that your mom makes. Don't you go, you get homemade tortillas anywhere, right? Because everybody makes them. Here, they're using the factory, you know, the big grande machine, you know, the conveyor belt that cranks out the tortillas, and then they ship them frozen to the food places, you know, at the Metros where I buy mine, and they're not expensive, you know. A dozen tortillas is about $2, but it's the can of beans I'm wondering about. The can of Rosaritas, they're delicious, by the way. I love them. I could doctor them up, you know. Larice, how are you? Lynn is here also. But they're $3 a can for a 16-ounce can. You know, beans, pinto beans, they're relatively inexpensive. But if you don't get them refried, the regular ones are even more expensive. They're like $3.25 per can. Gracious Grace is here. I'm so gracious to have you here, Grace, or something like that. Yeah, what are they going for? Oh, they're cheaper. Okay, yeah. Well, you know, you would just if you wanted refried beans, you would just cook some up. In the States, most likely you wouldn't buy them in a can. But when you don't have them available, and then all of a sudden you see them on the store shelf, you just absolutely go crazy for them. You just go jump in there and start buying Rosarita beans, right? And they have pinto beans. They have a little bit of chili flavor in them. They're okay. Anyway, I meant to bring a can of them in here, but I forgot. Claire is here. Hi, Claire. But anyway, I thought you might be interested in that. There's a huge demand for them, apparently. A couple of people have mentioned it, have come up to me. Well, how I found out they were there in the first place, Jerry, is that somebody told me, Dan, I don't know if you know this or not. There are pinto beans, refried pinto beans, Rosaritas on the shelf in the metro. You need to get down there ASAP. Everybody's buying them up. Sure enough, I went down there and, but now they've got them they got them regularly scheduled now to order, automatic order. They didn't know that they were going to sell like crazy. Everybody wants them. Everybody wants the Rosaritas, and I believe you call them some. I think the Philippines has them. It's not a staple like it is for us in California, Southern California in particular. It's not a staple, but it is something that people miss that's in demand. And so they figured it out at the Metro. I think they started figuring out after I started complaining about it when they wouldn't sell me those pinto beans because they weren't yet in the system. They weren't yet in the computer. And they couldn't figure out how to sell them to me, even though they were marked on the shelf with a price. It's amazing. They have a few things to iron out yet here in the Philippines. I hope you guys can hear me okay. They call pinto beans something else here in the Philippines, and so that's the reason why you probably wouldn't know what they were, right? Filipino find it weird. I prefer beans over rice here. We can eat beans every meal, rice not so much. Yeah, that's the whole thing. So any kind of beans and rice and tortillas, and I'm fine. Delicious. I just had some for dinner. It was very filling. Beans have a lot of protein in them, and they fill you up really quickly. So beans over rice you can eat at every meal, and Jerry, you're absolutely right about that. But they don't eat rice by itself though, Jerry. I've seen them do it in Thailand, but I don't see them ever do it here in the Philippines. It has to be accompanied by something, preferably meat. But if meat isn't available, then they will pair it up with vegetable. And so they won't eat rice by itself. They will. I have seen people do it in Thailand. I have not seen people do it here. Folks, I'm not brave at all about doing this, but for obvious reasons, I'm probably giving it away, but you should see the video that I'm going to post tomorrow that basically is the chicken contest. Anyway, Mammy and I, we went out and we got chicken, and then we compared it, we ate it, and we, believe it or not, we agreed on who's got the best chicken here, locally anyway, in Bye Bye City Leyte. That's the way I need to frame it. The Kunstead family in the house. Good evening, good evening. How's everything going in your household? It looks like it's going well, according to your Facebook posts. You look like a very, very happy family. That's great. So, what else was I going to talk about? I got through those things. Oh, okay. So, we'll be making our way. Thanks for sharing it out. We'll be making our way over to Cebu to start off. I don't know how this is going to go. We're getting a little bit of critique about not visiting more of the islands. Folks, we went down and participated in Pac's wedding in Davao City. We went Davao. We went Samoa Island. We went Davao del Norte. We went from coast to coast in just a few days in Mindanao, on the island of Davao there. And we enjoyed it. It's a fantastic place. Would I live there? I love it. I like Davao. I could see the attraction. There are a lot of expats that are there, but it doesn't really remind me of any place that I have been before except Davao. I don't know if you can relate to that. I love the history of the island. How about that? Time to go. Breakfast taco in 30 minutes. All right. Jerry, have a great day, and I hope work is going well for you. We'll see you on the next one. Go do some vlogging. Go do some eating breakfast. Enjoy the rest of your day. So anyway, the plan though, thank you, Griselda, I appreciate it. The plan is we're going to take the fast ferry. Hopefully, we'll be able to catch one from Bye Bye City over to Cebu, and then we're going to stay at a place. You guys may remember it if you watch past videos. You may remember the place that Minnie and I had rented an apartment for several months, and I just contacted them, and they would say, "Hey, where have you been, Dan? We would love to have you guys back, and we do have an apartment available for you to rent for starting the month of May." And so I'm trying to convince Minnie, that we need to go on a 2 or 3 month, journey again. I mean, after all, it is called Dan and Minnie's Journey, right? Which means we journey. But I don't really want to leave the country, and there's some things, some business that we have to take care of up north. Is the microphone acting up again? Griselda, Anime, what does it feel like? Is it doing that horrible, where it's not clear? It sounds like something in the background or something like that. Anyway, you guys would help me out by giving me feedback. You could also PM me. Private message me, tell me what the mic is all about. Griselda, Chrissy Mama, Anime, somebody, Nicole instead, somebody send me a message about that. That's why I'm dumping it off in favor of this. I don't really want to spend so much money on the Shure mic, but I'll switch over to see how this works. The lapel microphone, now that I have this adapter. I've been actually wanting to do it. See, I could switch over to my phone, and I could do the broadcast from my cell phone. That would be okay. But this camera is a pretty good camera for doing internet broadcasting. It's the microphone I keep having problems with. People say, Dan, you're not talking into the mic correctly. Move it over closer to you or something. And I even adjusted the settings. Hang on just a second. Let me see if I can. She said, try not to use the mic. All right. Oh. Yeah. Ooh. See, I don't even know which end of the mic I'm supposed to be talking into. I'll tell you the truth. It's funny. It's funny. Did we get any improvement at all? I moved the mic over a little bit. Let's see. Who PM'd me? Your mic is not that clear, Sir Dan. I know, but if I take it off, see, I'm using my desktop. I'm using my desktop. That's what the problem is. So on the next live stream, I'm using my desktop, which means it doesn't have a mic. This is the only, Sebastian is here. This is the only mic that I have that I could use right now. Because if I unplug it, then you guys won't be able to hear me at all. I'll have to do a silent live. Right? And you know how much I like to talk. Yeah, there's going to be no improvement here, I'm afraid. We'll just have to suffer through it until the next live stream, which will be Friday. Yeah, and don't be late on Friday. We're giving away money on Friday. Sebastian, you can come. Come on Friday. We'll be giving away three people will win. 333. You know how we do. Please subscribe. You're on the road to 9K. All right. We'll do it. Oh, wait. I think I'm going to lose the mic anyway. It's probably going to fall out. I have it attached to my table right here, my desk, and it's just the bracket here, the little vice grip thing is falling apart on me. Yeah, this thing is going to fall off the table any moment. Yeah, so in other words, so I'm going to switch over to this one, and we're going to try that. You know what? I wonder if I could plug in, you know what? We're all friends here, right? We're all friends. So let me try and plug this one in and see what happens. I've got the tabletop USB port with several uh, slots here. Maybe if I plug this in and turn the other mic off, something will happen. Let's try it. We're all friends here, right? Hang on just a second. Let me try it. I'm going to turn this mic off. We're setting up GVA audio, GV audio. Testing 1, 2, 3. My computer just went beep, 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 beep. As soon as I plugged it in, this microphone, I started getting all kind of messages saying, we're setting up your new mic. All right. Device is ready, set up and ready to go. Can you guys hear me? Somebody send me a private message. Griselda, can you send me a private message? Is the device ready to go? Is the device ready to go? Is it working? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's working. Oh, it is. It worked, huh? Wow, that's amazing. I don't know. If it weren't for you, Griselda, I would not have even thought about doing this. I didn't know that it would work. Isn't that great? That's great. Okay, let me get a drink of water. So it looks like this plan will work. I've got 3 or 4 of these microphones. I just don't have 3 or 4 different adapters, but that's no big deal. Okay. Thanks for helping out with that. So we're going to be going. Oh, it's better. Thank you. So we're going to be heading over to Cebu, and we're going to probably rent that apartment. I got to tell you, I would like to stay there for 2 or 3 months. But I think what's going to happen is it's a short-term apartment rental. So what we'll do is they'll rent it to me. If I want it just for a month, they will rent it for a month. So I think we're going to spend 1 month at Cebu because we also have other friends there I'd like to hook up with. And there are a few other people that I like to see that I'm kind of stalking, Some YouTubers that hang out over there that I know hang out in the area of that apartment. I kind of like to run into them by accident. Like if you're from Cebu, you know that McDonald's in Lahug where we have made videos before? That one in Lahug that sits there next to the Jollibee. We go in there, we have coffee, and then Rod will come in from Amazing Philippines, and we'll occasionally run into a few other vloggers. That's where I kind of would like to hang out for a month. See if I can get some interviews, to try and boost channel views a little bit. I'm such a shallow individual. Most of you know that. It's clear now. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you for the messages. I appreciate it. All right. So, that makes me feel a lot better. That was not wasted, that 20 pesos or whatever it was for that adapter. All right. So we're going to go there, and it's not that, relatively speaking, it's not that expensive. And then the reason why only a month is because then I want to go north because there's a lot of stuff happening in Pampanga and San Fernando. One of them is that they've completely redesigned, Clark Air Force Base. There's a lot of stuff happening up there, and I would like to fly in there and see what is going on, right? I want to take a look. Like, for example, the north-south commuter train. They're bringing that railroad right through the center of Fields Avenue, right crossing Fields Avenue, right there where the Jollibee is. I wonder if Jollibee made some kind of contribution to make sure the train, there's probably going to be a Jollibee train stop right there, Wouldn't that be hilarious if there were a Jollibee stop along that commuter train route? Anyway, it's an elevated train like in Bangkok, Thailand. This is what's so cool about that thing. And so that thing is going to be going from Manila to Clark. There's so much stuff happening up there that I would like to go up there, and I want to see what's going on. You know, I got to see what's going on. I want to see, you know, what the plan is. I want to see if there's a giveaway to the plan. I mean, because when you're coming across Fields Avenue, right there where the walking street is, I don't know if any of you know that area or not, but that kind of means, are you going to bypass it? In other words, wink, 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 wink. It doesn't have the greatest reputation, but it has a lot of history. And so they've redone it. They've gentrified it a lot. You know, they put in new sidewalks. They're repainting buildings. They're remodeling the clubs. And they're doing all kinds of infrastructure improvement along Fields Avenue. And I'm just wondering if that's in preparation for the new train that's going to be coming in there. I'm just wondering if that is, if something else is going to happen. You know, something else. I don't want to miss it. Now, a lot of people, you probably already know, a lot of you probably already know that the U.S. military is coming back to Clark. But the truth of the matter is they never really left. They left for a very short period of time, and then they've been training personnel there. Or they've been working in a training capacity out of Clark Air Force Base. I don't know what they're doing there. How do I know it? Because you used to be able to see them flying in there. You used to be able to see the training facility from the air as you were coming in there and landing. Pinky Gray is in the house. Pink is here. I didn't know if Pink was going to catch that I was going to be live for a little while. A member for 13 months. We really appreciate it. Pink, if you haven't gotten into Pinky's channel, go do that. We're going to be helping out with a May giveaway that Pinky is going to be running. I don't know if she's doing, you know, if she's taking enrollees now, or if she's, how she's doing it. You know, I haven't been in there to take a look, but I'll have to go in there and see. Pink, how are you doing? Are you live right now? Aren't you usually live at this time? Jeffrey Calhoun. Hi, Jeff. How's it going? We got some popcorn. We got some unpopped popcorn hanging around, but I don't think we have any beer left. I think I drunk it all. There was one case sitting here, and I've been going through about a bottle of San Miguel Pilsner, one bottle a night. Maybe that's what's causing me to wake up so early in the morning. You know, right around 2 o'clock, I wake up. Tomorrow you're going to do a live. Okay. Entry day. Tomorrow. Get in there so you can get your entries in. Oh, Pink, I do have to. You better remind me. I just remembered. I got to send my sponsorship your way, because we'll be heading out of here the end of the month. And we'll be heading over to Cebu to hang out. So yeah, I got friends coming in there. I don't know if I don't know if they're that enthused to see me, but well, we'll go over there and surprise them. And we'll go ahead and rent that apartment for 1 month that I've been talking about, where we've done some live streams from that apartment. You guys know where I'm talking about, right? And then we will go north, and I want to do it again there. I have my sights on an apartment in Angeles City. That's in not in Angeles City. I think it's in the next town. What's it called? I can't think of the name of the town. Starts with an M. That area. I want to go over there and rent an apartment for a month there. So I know we got 2 months that we'll be gone from Bye Bye City. 2 months we'll be on the road. And then we have to do all kinds of things while we're in that area, because we're in that area. That means you have San Fernando. You can go north to Pangasinan. You can go Baguio City, although I'm terrified of doing that, right? Because of the windy road. And plus it's earthquake prone, just like the rest of the Philippines. Oh yeah, I switched mics because this big mic is, it's giving me a headache. I'm going to have to disconnect this once this live stream is over. And then I'll be using a lapel mic. Or I've also got, I was just thinking, I got my headset. I probably will switch over to the headset. Yeah, I actually was having problems with the mic earlier in the live stream, and so now this fixed it, because this is the one I usually use for my my cell phone. But over at Metro on the counter, the check-in counter, cashier number 2, that counter, they have the adapters where you can adapt from this microphone over to a USB port. I was just telling that story earlier. It's very surprising. Yes, Pink, thanks. I appreciate it. These days, you know, I've mentioned it before that I just want, like, for example, I just like to, I just like for people to be, you know, straight up with, and Pink is perfect. Pink is perfect. She knows how I roll. So, for example, like sponsorships, you know, the best way to approach me right now, by the way, I don't have any money. We're broken. Uh, First, I need to make that statement. And that's because we did the rice giveaway. And that was not an inexpensive adventure. I just would like to say that. Oh, you've been up there to Baguio. Yeah, Baguio's neat. Baguio's neat. Go up there for strawberry ice cream. That's the only reason why I go. So, so anyway, and that Mr. Donut shop that's across the street from the hotel that we usually stay at. Yeah. No, I haven't been up there in 20 or 30 years. I haven't been up there in 25 years. I was just saying that we should think about going there. And then the other thing is Subic Bay. Now, Minnie and I, we visited Subic Bay once, but we really didn't. We need to stay overnight because we need 2 days to do the exploration. Because when we came back, people were asking me questions like, well, Dan, did you visit any of the old clubs? You know, they want to know, people, especially in the States. That I was getting a lot of questions from the people that are in the BG from time to time that live in the States. They're saying, Dan, can you, next time you're in Subic Bay, can you go find this club or go to that club that I used to hang out with when I served? And I'd be more than happy to go do that. As a matter of fact, I've heard that quite a few of those clubs are still there. But they have a renaissance going on there, too, at Subic Bay. And I don't want to miss any of that. That's only like a 1 or 1.5 hour bus ride from Angeles City, from that Clark area, the Freeport Zone, I think they call it, or the Enterprise Zone, or whatever it's called. All this stuff is happening up there, and I don't want to miss out. And, of course, a lot of people, yeah, the cool weather, but it's been hot here the last few days, but so I wouldn't mind the cool weather. I was going to talk about when people ask me for things, right? I love the way that Pink asks me questions, right? Because Pink will say, Dan, would you like to sponsor my May giveaway? Well, absolutely, Pink. See, we're done, right? The check's in the mail, see? That's the way I like to do business. I was just going to point that out. But I've been getting, so once this rice giveaway went out, Annie is here. Annie MC, I think. Annie Martinez is in the house. So here's what happened. And you would anticipate that this would happen, right? You probably would call me names if, you know, something wrong with my head. Yeah, you know, the memory's not so good. I might be getting a little senile. I'm not so sure what's going on. But here's the thing. People like to dance with me. They want to dance. And I'm an old man. I don't really have a whole lot of time to dance. You know, I don't. There are 1 or 2 of you that have seen me dancing in front of the Metro because they play the music so loud. And so I get out there and it makes me want to both dance and spend money. That's what it's supposed to do. Get you hyped up so you go in there and you spend money, right? But anyway, I was going to say, so Pink, Anime, there are a few others, right? Larice, you know. There are a few others that know because they've met me, right? They know how I roll. And so, but lately, you know, after that rice giveaway, I was getting a whole bunch of, I think there were going to be requests for help, right? And they do this, they go in this big circle. Oh, hello, Mr. Dan. Especially if I'm meeting you for the first time. That is the first clue. If I've never talked to you before and then all of a sudden you show up in my chat and then you start saying, "Oh, hello, Mr. Dan. I hope you're having a nice day." Yeah, what do you want? Yeah, what do you want? I'm not being rude. I'm not. To know me is to love me, right? But you have to get the message out. You have to tell me what you want from the get-go, Grandma's dying of cancer. Can you kick me down a couple thou? I'm perfectly fine with having you ask. But the answer's no. Because I don't know you. I have a lot of friends. It's not that I wouldn't be willing to get to know who you are, but I have a lot of friends I love and care about. You know, they're here in this chat right now. I have a lot of friends I love and I care. I really care for. I care about the welfare of yourselves and your families. And of course, you would take priority over somebody that you know that just shows up asking for money. So as most of you know, I keep a humanitarian fund, but it's empty right now, and I've let everybody know that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll pray for you, but the bank account is empty. It won't be replenished until the first of next month, or maybe even June. Yeah, I need 1 month of recovery, and then in June we'll be doing something again. We'll have some money to play with. So, Pink, I'm happy you're enjoying this. Yeah. But listen, Pinky and I, we've known each other for a long time already. In fact, most of you here in the chat, we've known each other since this channel started. See, and so I'm good. I'm good with you guys asking me anything that you want, except I'm broke this month and probably next month also. So anyway, but June we'll probably get going again. No, I'm not talking about Friday. We're always going to have the giveaway no matter what. Keep in mind this also, right? This is your channel. This is your channel, really. And so when we earn money, if as you watch those ads, you're thinking, wow, I hope Dan's making a pot load of money off of these ads. Well, I wish I were, but I'm struggling just like you guys are. I mean, there's so much competition. There's so many channels. It's hard to make money on YouTube. But whenever we get that check, it goes back to you. I just give it away. We do a special live stream and boom, you guys end up with it. You could borrow from us or Nan. But I'm always broke too. So all right, so you hear that? So don't go asking Pink for money either. But anyway, I'm amazed at how many people have, and they don't give up, and then I end up doing something terrible like blocking them. I end up blocking them, and that's not that's not a very nice way of handling a situation. I mean, some of you'll unexpectedly sometimes just get a Gcash from me. I'm telling you that sometimes I just sense things, but let me ask you a question, right? You would never turn down rice, nor would you ever turn down a Gcash payment, would you now? I mean, that's one thing that forever you'll know that there's people can become short of rice every now and again and short of cash. And so in times where I have had a surplus in the humanitarian fund, I have randomly sent out a few hundred pesos here, a few hundred pesos there, and without you asking. And that's also nice, I think, I think that's a nice way of doing it also. But if you ask, then you just have to ask me straight out, The stories are many, they're plentiful. And so I'll get the gist of your request very, very quickly, but you just make a one-line request, but a lot of Filipinas, they're shy, and they're not that open, to just laying it out there, right? I have people that will send me pictures of their loved ones attached to a kidney machine. I've had that happen. I've had people send me pictures of their grandma in the casket, lying in state, lying in the casket. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I most likely won't respond. I'll just say something like, "Oh, so sorry for your loss, condolences," and then that'll be the last you ever hear of me. But it's better just for people to tell me what you want, so I don't have to guess, because I'm not good at guessing. You know, but most of you are very good at here in the chat. If yeah, too scary. If you have asked before, but I like the message delivered, just a one-liner, real quick. You know, and I might not be able to help you, with all that you're asking for, but for my friends, that I'll always have a little something, something somewhere, to share. But I just thought I think that's the a part of the culture that I cannot get used to so much. That part of the culture where they will just start uh, saying things, going in a circle, saying things, and then expecting me to guess. That's none of you in here, I don't believe. But I just wanted to share that was happening a lot, particularly after the rice giveaway, because the people, of course, they're like, well, if he has money for rice, then he has the money for other stuff, right? Let me share one other thing that's been going on that I don't know if you're going to find this intriguing or boring or funny or sad or anything, but you decide. You decide. Um, oh, by the way, talk about scary, Pinky Gray. Someone once actually sent me a picture of their grandmother after she had a heart attack and was already lying on the floor. Can you believe that? They actually did that. I don't know. I don't know what goes through people's minds when they're doing that, right? Maybe they're emotionally distraught, and they've got nowhere to turn, and so they end up doing something like that. But that's not cool to be doing that. That's not an etiquette. That's not a type of thing that I can get used to seeing. That is not. That is not the type of thing that I think I will ever get used to. Ever get used to, right? Just letting you know, so you know in advance. What is the other thing? Oh, I'm going to tell you the other thing. I'm going to tell you everything that happens. Totally and completely believable. I will get, people who join my Facebook page. I will see the friend connection, and I will let them in, and then they want to talk. They want to make an offer or proposal. And I will say, you're not a home wrecker, are you? I will say to them, you're not a home wrecker, are you? Did you take a few moments to read my profile? And is it not clear enough in there that I'm married? And on a couple of occasions, people have actually said to me, oh, yeah, of course I know you're married. I went to high school with your wife. I mean, come on, people. Don't do that. Don't do that. I will actually show my wife. Oh, next time I see her, I'm going to have something to share with her. All right. And it ain't going to be my husband. Yes. Yes. Can you not take 2 seconds to read my profile and realize that I'm a happily married man? Can you not please do that? But check this out. it doesn't just happen that females contact me. Men do it also. Yes. So, and then I'll have to explain to them that, as intriguing as it might sound, I think it's fair to let you know that I am straight, a straight married male. Yeah, I think that they become scared. Uh, they don't think that I'm going to tell her or something. They think I'm going to keep it a secret. But I'm the first person to go over there and show her what her friend did. So it's very, very intriguing to me. Also men, yes, men do it. Men do it. A lot of men. Yes, I'm very lucky. But men, once they find out that, said no, maybe I sound a little effeminate on YouTube or whatever, so they get this idea. But no, I have to let them know. I let them know, no, I'm a married straight man. And then on occasion, somebody will say, "Oh, you all are." They'll say, "Oh, you all are." No, really, I am. But say, I am. I am straight. I am. Not interested. But I'll also be gentle with them, and I'll say, well, but you can hang around. I mean, we do have a friend connection. I don't see why we can't remain friends. We just can't be that kind of a friend. Who's going to find out? Folks, I'm going sideways. I didn't know I was going to go this direction. Well, what direction were you talking about, Sir Dan? Anyway, that happens more often than you think. Now, I'm almost sure that it happens to you also here in the chat. I'm like 100%. I'm 1,000%. I'm positive this has happened to you. Has it not? Which one of you would like to admit that it has happened? Why do you keep it a secret? You should share it with the world. Give us names. Who was it? Who was it that came on to you? I mean, I'm totally amazed. I'm totally amazed that this goes on. They could see you're married and things like that, and they'll still make you a proposal. Oh, it's wild. It's very wild on YouTube, I'm telling you. And so this kind of like makes me think about how you could have relationship problems because of this. You have to have a very trusting partner, and you can't entertain such nonsense. You have to let people know right away what the deal is. No, you can't come in here like that, talking to me like that. No. You cannot do it. I will always send a message. I'll say, my wife, Minnie, and I welcome you in as a new friend. I'll always say it, right? So anyway, that's how I've been handling that, especially after this rice giveaway thing. I've just been getting message after message after message after message. It's never ending, I'm telling you. Oops, I put it in my wall. Yeah, probably it should be a couple's Facebook page. And so that's probably what we're going to do. So anyway, but it happened a lot. I got bombarded after this rice giveaway that we did. Then I got bombarded. And then it'll happen intermittently, not very often, maybe once or twice a month. I'll see, I'll catch a message. If you ignore them, they just keep bugging you. I'm here. Do you see? I said hello. What's wrong? Something wrong with you? Why aren't you answering me? Reply. Worse yet, they will give you a phone call. How would you like that? How would you like walking in that, you're walking around on a date with your wife or significant other, and then all of a sudden the phone rings. Yeah, and your wife is standing there, or your significant other. Your wife is standing there and she sees that it's a girl's name calling you, or a guy's name, and they're like, "Who's that? Who's that? Hey, what are you doing there? Give me that phone." Oh yeah, it could be. It could. Oh yeah, I block. I'm telling you, the finger is fast. The finger is fast for the block. Block, 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 block. I must have blocked a dozen people because they just were relentless and they would not give up. And so that's the way that goes. Just keep blocking, 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 blocking. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Anyway, I'm done ranting. I just wanted to touch bases with you about those things that I wanted to share. Don't forget Friday at 6 p.m. our regular time. We're going to have the giveaway. 3 people will win 333. That's 333. 3 people. Let's see. Somebody asked me today. Oh, they said, Dan, what do you do with the extra peso? That's what they always say. Yeah, see, because I'm putting 1,000 on my Gcash, right, for the giveaway, and then it comes out 3 winners, right, 999, and then I'll have 1 peso left over. They'll always ask me. Somebody will always ask me, "What do you do with that 1 peso? Can I have the 1 peso?" Sure, why not? I do actually save the peso. I save it. It takes a long time though to get back up to 333, right? That would be 333 weeks. That's quite a few. That's a long time, right? 365 days a year, and I'm only doing a giveaway once per week. It would take an awful long time to save 333 pesos. All right, folks, it's been real and it's been fun. Thanks for the support. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Oh, Ronald N. Fuentes is here. I like Ronald N. Fuentes. I love the name. It's fantastic because my cousin's name are Fuentes from Santa Fe Springs, California. Folks, take care of yourself, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Who's on tonight? Pacquiao Mearns, Larice, Des. Go visit everybody. We'll see everybody later. Bye-bye.